Hey girl, hey! Sorry about being on the roof and everything. I did not plan this out well, so that's why you're way up there. Okay, so I was thinking I should do a Chronicles of Brandon video and like document all of his stuff, because wouldn't that be fun? And then anytime he does something else, I can update it and kind of do like a video journal of all of his shenanigans. What do you think? Do you like that? Me too. Okay, so the first thing I ever noticed, God, that is really high up there. I gotta figure out this setup thing. Sorry, I know it's annoying. But I don't have equipment, like, you know. Anyway, so the first thing was, you notice shadows, you notice like whatever, when you first move in somewhere and you don't really know how the place like rests, so you don't think anything of it. Well, the first thing that really caught my attention was the gummies. So there are gummies on the side bed table, not this one, but the one on the other side, don't ask. And I'm laying in bed one night and I hear, like, what the hell? Automatically, I think ghost, because you do. But it could be a mouse, it could be a critter, it could, like, whatever. It's not the air conditioner though, because that was another thought. The air conditioner is on that side up there, and the gummies were over there. And it doesn't blow hard enough to like wrinkle stuff, whatever. So that woke me up, and I just like shot up in bed and I was like, what the hell? And I listened for it, and it kept doing it, it kept like for a good 5 seconds. It wasn't just it was like, so I'm like, okay, ghost. The next thing was I came into the room here and threw my phone on the bed, that bed. And I just like, I tossed it, but it was like in the middle of the bed. It was, see, I told you, I do not have a good setup for this. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So it was right here in the middle, somewhere. Those are my bunnies that the dog ate, or tried to. But it was here-ish. And I was in the closet over there getting something to wear, and I heard thunk thunk. I'm like, what the hell? And I immediately knew that it was my phone, because you can, and it was landing, it was landing, because it's a spaceship. It landed right here after it fell. I came and I investigated, and sure as shit, tossed off the bed right there, all the way onto the floor. Now, my bedding is puffy, it's luxurious, feathery, and it is mountainous. So you would think maybe it just slid. No, didn't. It's thrown. Brandon did it. Brandon is the ghost, that's his name. You will address him as such. Sorry, I know, look at this terrible, okay, ghetto queen. So, he threw my phone, and it's whatever, you just brush it off. And then he has increased the speed of my treadmill when I was running on it. He has, which I have like a little video tour. I'm gonna try to like splice these videos together, because I'm apt like that. Oh, and I'm also gonna try to get the voice record of him somehow in this video. I don't know how to do that, so it's gonna probably end up really janky, like me holding the phone up to something else. I don't know, it's gonna be crazy. So like I was telling you, so I use my voice recorder every night to record like noises or whatever happens in the room, to see like it does your sleep patterns, whatever. But it also will record any noise in the room. That's me, not Brandon. And that night, Friday the 13th, the night of Friday the 13th, I hear, doing okay? It sounds like Joe. Yeah, it does. Like, I'll give you that. It does. It sounds like I thought that first thing. I was like, sounds like Joe. But he was in bed before me, fell asleep before me. I asked him if he got up and like talked to Ryan or anything that night. He's like, no. And then I asked Ryan, I said, did your dad talk to you? He's like, no. Okay. So it wasn't him. And if he was sleep talking, it would have sounded far more mumbled, and it wouldn't be, it sounds far away, you know. Any noise in this room, the sleep recorder will pick up like as if it was right up against the mic, because it's really sensitive. But this sounds like it is like 3 rooms over or something. I'm not ruling out, I mean, if it sounds like Joe, it probably is, right? But it's, I don't know, it's like all the circumstances kind of like don't meet, like fix. Yeah. This is why I don't do this often. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But, you know, I thought like I should do like this video diary of all my ghost experiences, like not just the ones here, but the ones from the past, right? Because I will never run out of content. And then it'd be kind of cool for like, I don't know, the kids to look back on and be like, oh, that's why mom's locked up. Okay. You know, happenings or my descent into madness. Either way, it's going to be a good time. So, okay, so we talked about the phone and the crinkles, the pony, which I have on a separate video. I'll try to, again, splice that in. And the treadmill and all that stuff, the lights in the pantry. Okay, we're starting what I'm gonna call the Brandon tour. These are all the locations of Brandon's shenanigans. Yesterday and today, this light did not work randomly. I do have it on video, but oh, there it goes. See? See, he loves to screw with those. I'm really hoping one of these days, because I've been doing this a couple days now. I will like video throughout the house to see if I can catch him, and I haven't. So hoping one of these days, like I can get him. Like I'm trying to get him. Brandon, come on, Brandon. Like people are gonna think I'm insane. So I will keep you posted if anything else happens, although he's been really quiet for about 3 days now. I don't know what he's up to. Maybe he's on vacation. I'm not really sure. But if he does anything else, I will keep you updated. And I will also try to figure out a better situation than doing this. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot about this part. So I was talking to my mom the other day. I called her, grandma having problems. And so we get to talking and she asks, you know, oh, what's going on, da da da. And I like to tell her about my ghost stories because she doesn't like ghosts. Like she doesn't do ghosts, as she says. And I'm telling her all this stuff and, you know, the whole story of everything he's doing. And all of a sudden she can't hear me. Okay, whatever, you know, phone calls drop, you know, the interference, whatever. Although I had been talking to her a good 45 minutes up until this point and nothing had happened, but all of a sudden she's like, hello? Hello? And I'm like, hi, what, can you hear me? She's like, no, wait, yeah, no, and she's starting to sound really panicked. And I'm like, okay, like I'll call you back, whatever, but she can't hear me. I move into the other room. I'm trying to find like a better spot so she can, like the service gets better, but she still can't hear me no matter what. And it was when I got to the part of the story about the ghost on the recorder, the part like I just talked about. And all of a sudden she sounds really, really panicked. She's like, are you okay? Can you hear me? And I was like, yeah, I can hear you. Like I heard her crystal clear. Nothing was wrong. Everything was fine. And now she's like, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah. She goes, I'll call you back. Okay, I'll call you back. I'm like, okay, call me back. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. Like, what the hell? So she keeps telling me she's gonna call me back, and I'm like, okay, then hang up, you know. so she tells me to hang up because she, you know, she's like, hang up. If you can hear me, hang up. I'll call you back. I'm like, okay, like, goddamn. So I do. And she calls me right back. She's like, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, like, what was wrong? You know, like, could you just not hear me? She goes, no, I couldn't hear you. I could only hear you when you were saying, can you hear? And then it would cut off. That's all I could hear from your side. I was like, oh yeah, I could hear you crystal clear. Like, nothing was wrong. And she said, do you have a TV on? I'm like, no. Is there anyone in the house talking? I'm like, no, like, it's just me. And she says, okay, I'm really freaked out right now. And I was like, what? She's like, I heard a man's voice. I'm like, saying what? She goes, I couldn't tell, but it was a man's voice. And then there was like other noises. And I'm like, well, what kind of noises? She goes, I don't know, but it really freaked me out. Like, it sounded like you were being attacked. I'm like, what? Like, no, like, it's just, I'm just here. She's like, no, it sounded like struggle noises. I'm like, oh my God. She goes, yeah, it was really, really scary. Like, she was in a full-blown panic. Like, I've never heard her like this before. And she said, it sounded like you were struggling. I heard a man's voice. There sounded like there was like a fight over the phone and like commotion. I'm like, literally, I was sitting here. Like, and I maybe walked into the other room to try to like fix the service or whatever, but no. And I said, I heard nothing on your end. Like, there was no noises or fighting or anything. Like, I didn't hear any man's voice. And she's like, okay, now I'm really freaked out because you're telling me about Brandon and all of a sudden I'm hearing a man's voice and it sounds like something's happening. And I was afraid to hang up because I thought, well, what if she is being attacked and she can't pick up the phone? Because like, if I hang up and I'm like, oh my God, no, that's not happening. And throughout the rest of the call, she was really, really freaked out about that. You know, she was like, she's like, that was really, really scary. It really sounded crystal clear, like something was happening on that end. And I'm like, wow, that's really, you know, whatever. The thing is, like, okay, do phones drop calls and have interference and all this stuff? Like, sure. Of course they do, you know, but this isn't 1992 where your cell phone picks up like a baby monitor or something, you know, like how they used to. I can't remember the last time my phone has ever interfered a call or picked up somebody else's call or whatever. So that's a little weird. Is it inexplainable? No. But after that, she and I had talked for probably another, like, we were on the phone 4 hours that night and nothing else happened. And I was pacing all through the house. I was, you know, walking around, you know, I mean, I could have dropped service or, you know, it could have had interference anywhere else in those 4 hours, but it didn't. It was only when I was talking about Brandon. And she was really freaked out. So it's funny to me too, because if I talk about Brandon, he will do something, you know, like that, or just like mess with the light in the pantry or whatever. But when I try to sit down on video and talk about Brandon, nothing happens. Like, I don't know what his trigger is. Like, I don't know how to get him to do something, you know. But truth be told, like, I've never seen anything move on its own. I mean, the pony thing, like, that moved, but I didn't see it. I've heard noises, but those are explainable. So, like, I don't know what his deal is, like, how to get him out of his shell. But I'm sure, because I'm talking about him so much today, right now, and on video, it's like as soon as I click off of here, he's gonna do something. And if he does, I will, I'll video it, even though it'll already be over with, so whatever. But I wanted to put in that part with the phone call because that was pretty crazy too. So